back on Paramount Mountain, where entertainment lives.
What is this?
It's the theme song from Halo.
We don't want a bank. We want financial freedom. That's why we rewired the American financial system. So your money can work as hard as you do. For your first home, for his degree, for her future. That's what we're chasing together, all in one app. 7 million strong, from Main Street to Wall Street. Moneyline, here we roar.
Hey, what's up? I'm Cameron Garnett, and welcome to KG Certified. When it comes to the world of banking and finances, I admit it can be very confusing, especially from people coming from my community. I used to wonder, why is banking so confusing? That's why I teamed up with Moneyline. And I'm sure you're asking, KG, what's Moneyline and how does it work? Moneyline is a groundbreaking app that allows you to bank, borrow, invest, and most importantly, manage your money. Imagine if you can get paid up to 2 days earlier. Imagine getting a direct deposit cash advance up to $1,000 with 0 interest. Yes, you heard me, 0 interest. Does your banking app do that? No, I didn't think so. Listen, financial literacy is very important to me, and that's why I'm putting you on game. Moneyline allows you to bank smarter rather than harder. That's why I downloaded the Moneyline app. It makes managing your finances easier than ever. Just go to moneyline.com to download the app. Previously on KG Certified. I hear some clanging in there too now. So let's go through it, man. Take me through. You're from DC, right?
I'm from Washington D.C. Born
big family,
and raised.
big family, little family.
Little dysfunctional, but you know, I was born in the '80s, so you already know what that type of situation
Right.
from. I really didn't know my real parents like that, but it didn't stop me. I was raised by my mom and dad, but they wasn't my biological parents.
Oh wow.
So it's like it was like that in the '80s in Washington D.C., which me and you both know why that situation was going on. But that's what fused me, and that's what people don't know about me. I have brothers and sisters, and I love them all. I say Washington D.C. made me who I am today. You know, I'm not one of those guys that posts, you know, I'm a gangster or a thug, but growing up in D.C., you had to know how to fight.
Yeah.
You know, it's nothing cool about having guns, but you had to have a gun on you. You know, I lived in one of the roughest neighborhoods. It was in Ward 5. I lived in Uptown. Unfortunately, my real brothers, they've been shot. They're alive. Recently, my other brother just got shot, but he's alive again as well. But these are things that I don't speak about on social media, but that's what fuels me. That's why I sit up late at night watching Muhammad Ali, listening to Les Brown, listening to different people that motivate me to be great, because I have pain, but I know how to like channel it in, if that makes sense. So like people say, well, why you go so hard? They don't realize I go so hard because I have so much to prove, because I want to be the one to break that generational like curse, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? Yeah.
When did you fall in love with the game, man? What age?
I'll say about 6 years old. I'm just playing at the park randomly with my dad, and
First love?
it was my first love. You know what I'm saying? I played football, I bowled, I played basketball and baseball.
Okay.
But basketball, it was just like, man, I just love it. You know, I fell in love with it because of Coach Jarrell. He was always tough on me. Coach Nutt was always tough on me. Just guys who were strong men. You know what I mean? And when you grow up in a community, especially as an African-American man, you need those strong men to keep you, to be a man. You know what I'm saying? It's not being a man always be bullying people, but just letting people know, man, I'm thorough.
Right.
And they never allowed me to be soft. And those type of moments is the reason why in games as a shooter, which you know, people try to tap your elbow or tap you or do certain things. It never bothered me because I knew what my goal was, and I feel like I had toughness because of those people pushing me.
Early on, you getting into basketball, what was your probably your favorite parts of the game? Was it always shooting, or were you a guard because you were shorter, or because obviously we were all shorter when we was younger? Did you find yourself gravitating to the shooting part of the game? What was your first love for the game?
I'll say talking. I'm a very talkative person on the court. So like if I'm on the help side, help left, K, help left, I got your backside, help. Like laugh, like those little moments. Like, I'm one of those guys, I can see the game.
You was an energy man?
I wasn't really as super energetic, but I love talking on the court. And that's a good you love talking on the court, you know what I mean? So that type of energy is like, damn, I love this shit. Like every single day I'm with my friends, and it's like that type of energy with basketball is priceless. So when I start getting those moments at the park, we going to different hoods and playing against different neighborhoods, and I see it's not cool about it, but back where we from, man, the hustlers, hey man, you had a good game, man, here go $1,000 or something, or here go this and here go. That's like, that. This is kind of lucrative. You know what I mean? So it was just, I just fell in love because it was so fun. You know what I mean? It's so much passion behind it.
So you go to high school? What high school did you go to?
I went to Parkdale.
You played for them?
I played there for 1 year. Then I went to National Christian Academy. I played there with Kevin Durant, Chris Cole, Deron Washington. We were pretty loaded. I was blessed to go to the championship all 3 years. Wow. Yeah, we won 2 championships. People don't know, I didn't make the McDonald game, but I was nominated. I was top 10 in the area and as a shooting guard in the Washington, D.C. area. And these are things that people don't know about me because I don't do a lot of boasting on social media. You know what I mean? So like you saw, like I reached the 2 million the other day. I posted a little something, just showing people I got handled. You know what I mean? And it's just, I try to use social media to uplift people, not to show like, hey, look what I did, if that makes sense. Right. You know what I mean?
Talk about the players that have come out of DC and their impact or their influence on you.
Yeah, I mean, I would say the biggest impact, we have tons of them, but I would say Steve Francis. Steve Francis.
Franchise. Shout to franchise.
Yeah,
man.
Shout out to Steve Francis. He did a good job of showing people that swag, that DC swag, like you saying with that crossover. Yeah. And I don't post it a lot, but I actually used to do the crossover. And that was kind of like my only move. Right. So I go into the cross, if the dude back up, I pull. Right. If he step up, I just go right past him.
A lot of people don't know that DC once was labeled the crossover.
Yeah.
New York battles this, Chicago argues this, I get it. But I can remember, picking his brain, the young Tyreek Turner, the Curtis Staples, these are older players. But I can remember those guys getting their crosses from the DC guys, you know what I'm saying? What's the crazy little motherfucker that used to play for Georgetown? Victor Page.
Victor Page, oh my goodness.
Shout out to Victor Page, man.
Different.
So different, but.
Different.
He had the overs. It's almost like that's what you had to have coming out of DC, right? You
had to have that because it's what it's not in today's basketball. It's not about dribbling the ball a million times, and that's what the good thing about your game. You didn't dribble a million times. You was efficient, and that's the one thing they teach us in the DC area. When you get the basketball, do your reads, do your jab step. If he backs up, pull up, what you used to do in the corner. You know what I'm saying? It's not about over dribbling. So it's more like KD. When the ball's in his right hand, he comes down on a fast break. He dribbles to his left. When he rattles into it, once the guy backs up, what does he do? Pull up. When he goes to the left hand, if the guy steps up, he might throw it across or he might shift. And that's what DC and the DMV area showed us at a grassroots level. It's not about a million moves. It's about having certain moves that's efficient, and the crossovers, I mean, that's the move.
That's the deal.
Yeah.
Hey, y'all made it famous for everybody.
Yeah.
Are you playing high school? Yep. Tell me about after high school.
After high school, I was blessed to have a lot of colleges that offered me. I decided to go to Washington State. I went there for 2 years with Tony Bennett. He's at University of Virginia right now. Okay. We went to the Sweet 16.
About Washington State?
They were shooting a lot of threes. So they were shooting a lot.
Right?
Yeah, but the thing was, they was last in the Pac-10. People don't know I played against Brandon Roy, Bobby Jones, all those guys, Hassan Adams, all those guys. Okay. So when I got into the Pac-10, we was last. And Tony Bennett said, I brought in you guys because I know y'all can take us to the top. So I'm like, I'm looking at the guys we playing. Because, I'm from D.C. I played big time. I actually made the All-Star team with Rondo in the big time because I played with D.C. Assault. Okay. But I'm looking at the Pac-10 back then, Leon Poe, all those guys. I'm like, man, this is the NBA. So I'm like, I don't know how we're going to do this. So that next year, we went from last in the pack all the way to top 3. You know what I mean? And it just showed me, you know what? You could do anything you put your mind to if you're hungry. Unfortunately, me and Mac Hobson transferred. I went to St. Bonaventure, where I played there for 2 years. But, with graduating, you got to sit out a year. I broke all of the three-point records that were held by players that played for 4 years, except for the most threes in program history because Marquise Green, he was there for 4 seasons. He's a hell of a player. They just put him in the Hall of Fame. But I was blessed to be number 1 in Atlantic 10 in three-pointers made that year, and I was top 5 in the nation.
Wow.
Yeah.
So after that, man, you go overseas? You play in the
Played
professional
overseas. I played for 7 years. That's stuff people don't know. I played in Russia, played in China, played in Mexico. I played in the G League for a little small period, but that's another period where I was behind Blake Ahern. You know what I mean? He's a good friend of mine. He's actually coaching for Memphis right now. He's doing a good job with Ja and Bane, all those guys. And I was in a rush. You know what I mean? I'm one of them dudes. I'm sitting there. I'm like, dang, man. Cedric, the dude from UCLA, I think his name was Cedric Bozeman. He was the point guard, and Blake Ahern was the 2. And I'm like, Coach, put me in the game. And they're like, look, just wait. He's going to get a call up to Utah. We got the call. Just be patient. So I'm sitting. He'd throw me in for, 2 minutes. And you can't do nothing in 2 minutes. So I'm just trying to sling up shots because I'm not trusting the process of life. Sometimes in life, it's not about always rushing to the process. It's about taking your time and being consistent and diligent so when your time comes, you're ready. I go to Mexico. I kill that league. Soon as I get to Mexico, about 10 games in, what happens? Blake Ahern gets the call up. Oh, wow. I missed out on my moment. So that was a good moment in my life that I took it. Don't always be in a rush, Chris. You know what I mean? Don't always be trying to get things so fast because you're not who you are today because you rushed. You put in the work and you was patient.
You go on the circuit of playing professional ball. When did you say professional ball is no more? When did you shut it down for yourself to say, I'm done playing?
I mean, I was very injury prone. What people don't know is before I went to France, I actually had a knee surgery. But I didn't tell the team I had a knee surgery because if I tell the team I had a knee surgery, they ain't gonna have me come over there. So I went to France. Training in Europe is different. It ain't like America where it's like a little even kill. They really push you to a limit. So I tried to fake it a little. Hey, coach, man, can we ease down on my training a little bit? Because, my knee started hurting. But in preseason, I'm killing. I'm averaging 30 in preseason.
Where you playing in Spain?
It's called France. It's called Aix-les Bains. Okay. It's Pro B. Pro A is legit. Pro B is legit as well. I think Tony Parker may own a team in Pro B. And
they play Champions League and all that.
It's big time. I mean, good
Euro.
money. Good money. Yeah.
It's Euro.
It's good money. So
it's good basketball too.
Great basketball, by the way. European, it's great basketball. My knee started getting, you know how it is to shoot. If your knee hurting, you can't get off the ground. So the good thing about Europe on certain teams, if you sign a deal for $300,000, unfortunately, if you get hurt, they got to pay you your whole thing on certain teams. Okay. So I came back home because my knee got worse. I started playing again. I fractured my ankle. So I'm like, you know what? It is what it is. I'm going to keep going. I go play again. I'm in NBL Canada. A guy sticks his hand in my eye by accident. I go blind in my right eye. Craig Hodges calls me right after this happens because he was coaching the New York Knicks G League team.
Oh, okay.
Hey, bro, I got a spot for you. They got Lance Galloway here. We could see you two teaming up together to let that thing go. I can't come, Craig. I'm messed up. After that, I go play in South America. My lung collapsed. It's called pulmonary edema. It's so much stuff to start compiling. But
the universe is speaking to you, though.
Exactly.
Right?
The universe telling me this ain't it. But where we come from, it's like if you ain't playing basketball, if I go back home, I'm either gonna be, selling drugs or doing something I don't want to do. So I was just in a dilemma, like, what am I gonna do with my life? And I started thinking about, man, if I could shoot, all of my friends always ask me to teach them how to shoot, but I was fighting it. You know what I mean? Like, I ain't no coach, man. I'm a player. And that's when I said, man, I quit. I'm gonna trust the process to be a trainer, and that's where I am to this day.
Wow, man.
Yep.
That's a crazy story.
Yeah, man.
Holy stuff. Yeah. So who was your first client?
My first client was actually Kevin Seraphin. But if we want to go prior to that, my first client was a player on Georgetown.
Ever. First player you ever pulled to the side or y'all made a
It was a player at Georgetown. So I was training.
You made an arrangement to meet up or whatever.
Absolutely. So I was working out at Georgetown, and Big John, rest in peace, pulled me to the side. He said, "You have a good feel to be a coach." And I respect Big John because he Big John.
The OG.
But I was like, I play. You know what I mean? I ain't trying to coach good. He said, "No. I want you to start coming here to teach him how to shoot because he's about to go to the Junior Olympics." So I said, you know what? I'm here. When I'm here, I'll show him how to shoot, whatever. I think the player's from South Carolina. I forgot his name. And I started teaching him stuff. I'm like, dang, I'm recognizing everything he doing wrong. But Big John's seeing that because when I play, I might say, hey, KG, hey, you missed because you faded for no reason. See, like you was real good with your fadeaway because you faded with a purpose. Some people fade just to fade, if that makes sense. So when I'm playing with teammates, I always corrected them while I was shooting, but I never noticed it because I'm playing the game. Right. And when Big John told me to do that, the first person to ever offer me a job was his son. At Georgetown. So I don't want to say I turned it down, but I was still chasing it, man. I'm like, man, I don't.
And you fighting it.
I'm fighting it, man. I'm like, I quit, but I don't know if I really want to give it all I got. So after that, my friend Kevin Seraphin, he was playing with the Knicks. He said, bro, I talked to Phil Jackson. They said I got to get a jump shot. And I think you're the best person to teach me because every time we shooting and you help me, my stuff started becoming automatic. Oh, wow. I flew to France. The Knicks and his agency allowed me to be with him for a whole summer, which is, I remember, I'm raw. That was my first time ever doing it. And then when his agency saw what I was doing, they said it's the best that they've ever seen. And he said it's the best he's ever felt. Because, he's been playing pro since he was like 15 from France. Yeah. And it was no looking back from there.
Holy snap. So take me through it, man. Guys call you up. Or are you watching film on these guys?
Yeah.
Or are you breaking these guys down, then coming back, giving an assessment?
Yeah.
Like, take me through it.
So long story short, a team will reach out to me, an agency will reach out to me, or a player will reach out to me. So let's do a small example. A player from the Knicks recently reached out to me. He's not my client. But what I do when I'm bored, if I watch a game, I'll just start writing down stuff. Because, shooting right now is just, it's everything. It's everything. Yeah. So when he reached out to me, I said, look at the universe. You know what I'm saying? I said, brother, I know exactly what you're doing. I'm not going to charge you. I just want to see you do good. Wow. I said, in the transition with the Knicks, you don't have to be in a rush. They play a good space system, but the thing about the Knicks system, if you rush your shots, in any system, you're gonna miss. So I was able to help him a few days ago. I'm gonna start with another client on the Bucks because of a client that I have on the Bucks. And when the agency reached out to me to help him, they like, man, give us 3 things you think this guy's doing wrong. I said, they're like, oh, wow. It's like, you know exactly what you're doing. I jump on the phone with the guy. I give him some drills until I'm able to get to the person. And that's how I'm able to impact the game of basketball right now with the art of shooting.
You got to be about what you're talking about. By the way, dope name, Lethal Shooter. Where'd you get that name from?
When I started Instagram, my dad always called me Lethal, you know what I'm saying, for my jump shot. And when I started Instagram, I couldn't come up with no name. I'm like, man, this is crazy. Like, why am I even about to get on this damn thing? You know what I'm saying? Because I wasn't big in it. You remember back then it was MySpace and Facebook, and for real, we wasn't even on social media. I was in the streets and hanging out all day. So my friend, his name Jonathan McNair, he was like, bro, you gotta start an Instagram, bro. This joint crazy. So he gives me his iPad, and I'm coming up with all these crazy names. And I said, damn, let me do Lethal Shooter. Because I love to shoot. My dad used to call me Lethal. And since then, man, it's just, man, it's a blessing, man. It's like big ticket.
So.
Nah, seriously.
So I've watched you shoot on a crate. I've watched you shoot in the alley.
Yep.
I've seen you shoot in the road with cars. I think I've seen you shoot on a boat. I've seen you shoot with no backboard. The craziest place you've ever got shots up at?
I would actually say the craziest thing I've ever done was shooting underwater. Yeah, I shot underwater about 2 months ago. One of my friends, he actually invented a basketball that can float and shoot underwater. So I said, whoa.
Hold on. Everybody just take a breath for a second, right? I'm gonna give everybody a second to breathe on that. Just breathe on that. Repeat what you just said.
I did a shooting video shooting underwater.
You shooting underwater? Yeah. Like water's over your head, you're holding your breath?
Underwater. I had a tank.
Okay, so you got the scuba tank.
I got the scuba tank. Yeah.
So you can scuba dive.
Yeah.
Okay, you certified.
I got something for that too. I don't know how to swim.
So we just gonna keep on going down. Okay. So you can't swim.
I can't swim.
You got to be in the ocean, right?
I was in a pool.
Okay, you're in the pool.
13
that's
feet.
better. That's better.
Yeah,
that's better.
yeah,
I'm out there thinking you was in the Atlantic.
Nah.
Getting them up like underwater. Like okay. Okay, so you're in the pool underwater.
Yeah.
And go ahead.
So I ran it past some people, and like I said, I had polydary edema. So there are certain things right now that I'm still bothered by, if that makes sense. So like, I can't hold my breath long, bro. I can't do certain things anymore because it still affects my body. Like, if I play basketball, I could hoop, but I can't play pro because I can't catch that second win and that third win or whatever, et cetera. So a lot of people were telling me to don't do it. But I'm like, between me, I'm like, man, you know what, man, I love the game. I want to be the first ever. You know what I'm saying? I shot from both the boat. I don't know how to swim. I got on a yacht and shot from one boat to another boat in the middle of the ocean. And I'm doing this not to tell people to do things you're not supposed to be doing, but I just want to show people my creativity. You know, I'm a trainer, but I love to do other things as well. Does that take away from me being a good coach? No, because teams try to at first, hey man, you need to focus on just this. You need to focus on just that. But I feel like anybody that's creative, they can multitask. And I feel like I can multitask, and it shows in my clients' numbers. On my spare time, if I'm not watching film, I can be creative. I can do different things. I can shoot in the crate, because growing up where we from, we had to multitask. We had to do different things and departmentalize and certain stuff. So that's why I love to be creative, because I want to show that little boy, that little girl, especially from where we from, that you can be creative. And people like to make fun of me, by the way. So people say, oh, he not a real trainer. He doing this and doing that. I am a real trainer, but I am creative. And I like to show people you can think out of the box.
I love that you betted on yourself.
Yeah.
I love that you went with what you love.
Yeah.
I actually didn't know what the crate was till I got to Chicago. Shout out to the crate. The crate is everything.
It
You know what I'm
is.
saying? If you want some real games, go to the alley and play some crate ball.
Yeah.
That's some of the roughest ball you can play.
Yeah.
How many, I'm not asking for any names or none of that, but how many players do you have under your roster that you train?
So with being a shooting coach, it's kind of hard to touch as many people as I can, because I'm not a skills trainer. So a skills trainer could bring in 50 guys in the summer, because when you stop in LA, hey bro, I need to work out for about a week. Unfortunately, with the art of shooting, when you was playing, I can't have you come and say, hey Chris, I need you to help me with my 3-ball for a week. It don't work that way. So what I do is I limit my training in the summer. So I might only take on about 4 people a summer. Am I losing money? Absolutely, but I'd rather have my name.
Exactly. One person too, though.
I'm only one person. Right. Yeah, and the thing is, I've thought about teaching it to other people, but when you teach it to other people, they don't have the eye that I have. They don't have the feel that I have, because I'm in my heart, and I'm an elite shooter. So I can watch somebody shoot and instantly see what that person's doing wrong. But if you hire other people to do that, and let's say, hey, bro, you can't come to me because you're here. Bring your assistant. He goes to you, and it doesn't go his way. It comes back on me.
Too much time.
So I decided, you know what? Instead of me trying to get all this money in the summer, I'd rather have my name be strong out here and just take on a small group. So when people do see them come out and shoot, they say, dang, how he come out shooting like that? And then I'll release the footage. Okay, he was with me for the summer, or she was with me for the summer, or this high school player was with me for the summer. Because I take pride in the people that I train. Can I train a lot of people in the summer for footage or stuff? Absolutely, bro. And I've always thought about that. And my business partners have told me to do that. But I'm not trying to say other trainers don't have integrity, but being a shooting coach, if I train 50 people in the summer, everybody gonna say, I train with lethal. How come my jump shot ain't like this? How come? But that's how it is. That's how it is.
How much game film are you watching?
A lot. I watch.
Define a lot. Games,
so let's say you hit me up, hey bro, I need help with my Jimmy. I'm gonna watch about 30 games, because I need to watch your tendencies. I need to see what you do when you miss a shot. So like, for instance, low self-esteem for certain players, they miss a shot, they put the head down. That's the little things that I watch, just tendencies. Do you know the plays? Do you look confused?
So you're helping with confidence also, not just with shooting and habits.
Absolutely, confidence, mental. Do you know the plays? Because how can we draw up a play for Kevin Garnett, for somebody to do a play for you, and you ready to shoot and you don't know the ball coming to you? So it's sometimes the smallest things that people find to help them with the art of shooting that they didn't know themselves.
How much reprogramming are you doing with players and bringing players, I don't want to say bad habits, but things that guys didn't have before you actually was able to train them or touch them and be able to influence them?
It's huge. I feel like if you're doing something wrong, it's a reason why you're doing it wrong. I'm not one of those guys where you've been shooting bad your whole life and they say he's just shooting it bad because it's his mental. If you've been shooting bad your whole life, you just can't shoot. And you need to hire the proper help. So it's my job to come in to not only change your shot, your mechanics, I have to change your mind so you can understand what a shooter swag is. Like you know, when I went and watched your clips, your swag crazy. Like if you start hitting a shot, you'll talk to yourself. People say, oh, man, he tripping. No, you're talking to yourself because it keeps you elevated, because you know you're talking to something in there that kept your concentration at the moon. You get what I'm saying? And that's stuff that I give my clients. If you want to be an elite shooter, unfortunately, you got to have swag. You have to have a type of arrogance about yourself to be who you are. But to get that, you got to put the work in. You can't cheat this shooting. You know, you can't be one of them dudes in the summer, you post a few clips because it's cool to go viral. Then when the season start, your jumper ain't wet. You get if that makes sense.
How much is that is going on?
With the guys that I train, I don't allow it to happen because I respect the hustle, if that makes sense. So like, if I was to start with you, bro, I might not post you for about 3 months. You get what I'm saying? Because it's not for nobody to see. But if you show me you consistent, man, you want to put out a video, let's put out a video. But guys will, let's say Tony, he need to work on his handle. He'll put out a little handle video and then do what he doing. It's social media. I respect the hustle, but it's gonna show when the bright lights cut on. And you can't cheat shooting, bro. You can't cheat shooting. There's no shooter in the NBA, there's no shooter ever in NBA history that was a great shooter that cheated the game.
And now for the Dropping Dime segment, sponsored by Money Lion. So one day you get to 1,000, you see yourself at 1,000, right? Followers. Take me through this. Next couple months is at 50,000. You get to 100,000, it's a party, we celebrate, woo-hoo. You get to 250, what are you thinking? Something working.
Just keep being me. Keep posting these shooting videos,
400,000.
Keep being me. Keep posting these shooting videos.
500,000.
Keep being me.
Nigga, we made it. We made it.
Nah,
oh, okay, we still grinding? Okay,
yeah. I think I'll say that when I turn 60 years old and my house is paid off, my mom's house paid off, and I've done what I wanted to do in my community, then I'll say I made it, you know what I mean? Followers on social media is amazing. It's a blessing, you know what I mean? To reach 2 million, it wasn't easy, but you know how, man, it was tough. It was tough, but
you're working though, bro.
I'm working.
I'm working. And you are what you talking about. You know what I'm saying? That's what I love about this.
But that's what we said before. If I got 2 million people following me, right? Why would I care about what 4 or 5 people saying negative in my community? Right. Man, I got 2 million other people that support what I'm doing.
And to keep it more real, man, the focus is a lot more greater than the ones that are actually bringing that type of energy.
Absolutely.
You got so many little kids and coaches,
absolutely,
players,
absolutely,
future players, future clients,
exactly,
women, young ladies.
Yeah,
everybody's watching.
Yeah.
for the knowledge and education. You know what I'm saying?
Yep, absolutely.
How has social media and the growth of that helped your business?
It's definitely helped me a lot. I'm blessed to be part of the Nike family. I'm blessed to be
congratulations
with NBA 2K.
Oh, that's what's up. Congrats.
I'm blessed to be a part of Red Bull. I'm the first black, basically, basketball athlete that they signed that's not an NBA player.
Oh, that's what's up.
So I'm actually breaking barriers that haven't been broken before. I just partnered with Northwestern Mutual. I just partner with different companies that normally go after just NBA or normally just go after professional. I'm like the one of one that they're going after that's not the professional. So that tells me that I'm doing something right. You know what I mean? I got a TV show coming out, which is a blessing. And these are things that I wouldn't be able to do if it wasn't for the hard work you're talking about, if it wasn't for the consistency and the sacrifice that you're talking about. So being a businessman is what people don't see. They don't see me being on Zoom calls all day, handling my own with companies that you have to know what you're doing. People don't know I have 2 lawyers. People don't know I have a financial advisor. People don't know I have a 401k. I have savings for my kids. I have all these type of things. I'm not renting a home. I got a mortgage. You know what I mean? And these are things that people don't see because it's social media. But that's really the hard part. You know what I mean?
I want to ask you also, what platforms are you on with social media also?
So I have TikTok, I have YouTube. I'm blessed that Facebook just asked me to be a part of something to help them
that's what's up.
with content because they said that I have a good eye, and which I do. I have Facebook videos that have 40 million views.
That's what's up.
And that's when companies are saying, who's coming up with these ideas? Like, how are you doing skits?
Wow.
And I'm like, shoot, when I'm bored, I just write skits out. So they're like, all right, we want you to watch these videos right here and tell us which one's the best one. But because they knew which one had the most views, if that makes sense. Wow. So I'll say that one right there, that's viral. And then that's when they were like, hey man, like shoot, we want to hire you for a few years, you know what I mean?
Is it safe to say we're gonna see Lethal Shooter NFT coming soon?
It's coming. It's coming. I'm learning more about it. And I don't like to jump into things so fast because everybody else is doing it.
I got you.
But I have my Lethal Shooter app coming out as well.
Okay.
I was blessed to save $200,000 for that. I did not know apps cost that much money.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah.
But
R&D.
But it's gonna be a great app, man. I got some legends on there. That's going to be a part of it.
What is that? What is the app? Tell us what the app is.
The app isn't just about the art of shooting. The app is going to be teaching about dribbling, life, shooting, The different,
I got you.
Yeah, it's
Hey, look,
different.
It's all preambbles, man. We're just teeing it up.
It's different, man.
These are all lobs.
Yeah.
Man. We're just teeing it up.
Yeah,
Let's go.
this is a one-of-one. You know what I'm saying? This app right here is not about me trying to just charge people. It's gonna be really cheap because I want to change people's lives, if that makes sense.
Will you ever come out with the Lethal Shooter brand? Because you already got a real brand, bro. I'm talking about merch where I can wear the shirt, I can wear the hoodie. I'm a hoodie guy.
Yeah.
I love hoodies, I love tees, I love merch. Is it safe to say in the future we can see some Lethal Shooter
at first
merch?
I wasn't doing the merch because I didn't want my followers to feel like, man, he's just trying to sell stuff to me. I wanted everything to be just free, if that makes sense.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? Like I was giving away all this free Nike stuff. When companies send me stuff, I can't do nothing with all these Drake beats. Y'all take all this.
Gotcha.
But like you're saying, I got to start providing for my home, and I'm losing out on certain things for myself. If I have friends and family and fans saying, hey, bro, like you saying, man, what the hoodies and what all that stuff, I got to come out with that. So we do have the merch coming out soon. Like you said, the NFT, we got the app coming out soon. We got a book coming out soon about my life. God is good. I got a documentary coming out that's coming out. So it's
You got a distributor for that yet?
I got a distributor. Okay. Yeah, but I mean, we could talk about that too.
Always working. Well, always working.
Yeah, so I mean, it's a lot of big things coming, but it's like you said, I'm using shooting to show these other things that other people want to have me a part of what they're doing as well. You know what I mean?
Man. Yep. That's dope. First off, do you just work with pros, or is it high school kids? Is it college kids? Is it kids? I heard you say a couple of things, and females also. Take us who do you work with on all levels, or just professionals?
I work with anybody love the game. Right now, my schedule is kind of busy, but I don't turn anybody down. A lot of people might see on my page like, man, you just working out celebrities. Nah, bro. I mean, that's what the world want to see. Nice. But on my spare time, I work out kids. I work out a lot of kids, by the way. I even do house calls, you know what I mean? So if people want to have the kids worked out and stuff of that nature, I do that. But like with my business and everything in high demand right now, it's hard for me to do one-offs.
I was about to say, man, how do you do this? She's just you, bro. How do you do this by yourself?
It's hard work. Just last night I was in the gym till about 4 a.m, woke up, had to do the podcast to do something with Jim Jones. But it's how bad do you want it? It's not about the pride. See, people always say, man, if you hungry, you don't sleep. No, you need your sleep. Sure. But if you know how to be organized, you can take advantage of the entire day. You can do that. Like before I came here, I had to drop off some stuff to my daughter's school that she needs for tomorrow. And then I had to drop off another CD to my boy that has to convert something. And then I came right here to be on time. You get what I'm saying? So it's just about people understanding if you want to be successful like you and use people like you as motivation, you have to know how to be organized like people like you.
Too.
Yeah.
Do you think that your past and being able to play in high school and then go play overseas for 7 years, play professional ball, come back, you think those journeys actually helped you be this businessman we're looking at here?
Absolutely. Failure. That's why on my gram, when I go live, I keep it real with people. I tell people I failed many of times, but don't let failure make you weak. You use failure to succeed. If you failed 3 times doing something, who cares? Go after it again. Right. You get what I'm saying? Don't allow it to set you back in life. And I think if it wasn't for failure, I wouldn't be who I am today.
I don't like talking about hate, but I do like what hate does for the motivational parts. And you come off very motivational. You come off like you know what you want. You come off very a visionary. I love that about you. I love that you betting on yourself and you making it happen. Talk about the doubt and then proving those doubters wrong.
Well, the good thing about life, if you're doing anything successful, people are going to have something to say. The one thing I was taught growing up, which because where you come from, man, you ignore those type of people, and you use that as motivation. A good example, like I said, I'm a trainer. I'm an elite trainer, that people say, and I'm training elite guys. But like I told you, I like to do my creative stuff. So other trainers like to make fun of me, you know what I mean, and publicly saying it. But the one thing I learned about life is, if my energy is worried about you trying to make fun of me, my energy ain't for my direction in life. And that's for people to understand. When you're doing creative stuff, somebody always gonna have something to say. But if you focus on your plan and the vision that God gave you, who cares what they're saying, if that makes sense? And the one thing about me, it used to hurt me. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like when people used to make fun of me on social, and remember, I don't care about schmo. I'm talking about other trainers. You know what I'm saying? Like
it's a community.
It's a community. It's a small community. It's a small community.
Y'all are sharing also, right? Y'all
exactly.
Are talking, right?
Yeah.
Right.
But the thing I don't like is, people, we supposed to be a community, but you trying to ha. So it's like, cool, I'll sit back and watch. But you know what I'm gonna do? let's let 6 months pass and we're gonna see who getting this laugh last. Like, let's see who's breaking barriers here. And then you know what happens? You need to reach out to me and say, hey bro, I got a question. How was you able to do this? How was you able, but I'm so thorough because of how I was raised. You know what? I still help you because I understand you wasn't doing that because of you trying to be funny. You doing that because you can't do what I do, if that makes sense. You get what I mean? And it's a lot of that right now. And if you want to be successful, which I know you never do this, you're not spending your time hating on other people because God gave you a vision that if you spending that time doing that, you ain't doing all this other stuff. You know what I mean? And I just feel like that's social media. So if anybody out there has a brand or something and people make fun of them, ignore them. Never allow them to mess up your day. Just use it as motivation to keep moving with your life. It's social media. You're gonna have positive, you're gonna have negative. But use the negative to motivate you, not pull you down.
They say you ain't popping till you get haters.
Yeah.
You know, because nobody hates on somebody who ain't cracking.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So respect to what you have built on yourself and all that, man, you know? When you are shooting, and this is gonna sound super crazy, because I believe in being comfortable. What shoes are you wearing when you shoot? You got a favorite pair of shoes or favorite pair of something? Take me through that, because I did. So I'm just in the mind of that. What is your perfect day of shooting and what do you got on? You got your same old, or take me through that.
Yeah, it's crazy. I like to wear the same clothes. I like to be comfortable when I train. I don't like my clothes to be tight, because if I'm shooting, I can't lift my arms up. I like to always have my Nikes on.
Always
Kobe's.
Nikes?
Always Nikes. And,
Nothing, no Adidas, no Under Armours, Jordans?
I wear Jordans.
Reeboks?
Nike family. You know, I'm a part, you know. I'm
no Reeboks?
Nah, I'm not wearing no Reeboks. If it's not Nike, it's not a part of the Nike family, I'm not gonna wear it. But I like to become, and you're absolutely right with that. You know, as a shooter, as a basketball player, you like to be comfortable in what you wear.
Product
Is everything. So I feel like for me to get from what I'm getting out of myself, you know, I like to wear Nikes, Jordan, and Nike. So that's what makes me feel comfortable.
Gives you confidence to look good, feel good when you shoot?
Absolutely.
Believe in that?
Absolutely. I think it's real. When I shoot with my guy that's here right now, my best shooting is when I feel like I look good. You know, I don't want to sound funny. You know how it is. Like, when I feel like I don't look good, man, there's something about it, man. I feel like I'm missing. But when I feel like I look good, man, I might can make 80 shots in a row.
I like that. I like that one. Shit.
Damn! Is Aquaman called church?
I've seen it all.
Hey, man.
I've seen it all. They shooting underwater, B. Please, they shooting underwater, B. How you got a nigga? He underwater, B. How you got a nigga?
Aquaman church, call it. Aquaman got a game.
Aquaman, AKA Lincoln Shooter out there. Play some rapid fire with you. You with it?
Yeah, let's do it.
Klay Thompson or Ray Allen? You gotta pick one.
My goddamn. Is it today's NBA?
Ray Allen or Klay Thompson?
I gotta go with I'll take Ray.
We're going with Ray too.
Yeah, I'm going with Ray. That was rough.
Sheed, Wallace or Webb?
Oh my God. I would just have to say Rasheed because how he was stretching the floor out.
I'm gonna say both.
You petty, you tell me you can say both.
Churches or Popeyes?
Churches.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm Churches too.
Yeah, Churches, yeah.
Shake Shack or In-N-Out?
Shake Shack. I think In-N-Out Frosties be too watered down, man. Yeah, I think
you
it's
went
too
all the way to the Frosty?
And their fries too thin, man.
I'm an In-N-Out guy. Even though last week I did say Shake Shack. Page or Dirt, 3 to win it. You remember Page Strakovich?
Yeah, we forgot all about him.
No, we didn't.
I gotta go. I'm gonna go with Pager.
You going Pager?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Pager. Oh wait, are they wide open or is it somebody playing? Is it 1-on-1?
No, man. You gotta win the game. You kicked it.
Driving kick?
Driving kick, win the game. Pager or dirt?
I'm gonna go with Pager, mid-range dirt.
Mid-range game, Kobe or Mike?
The only reason I'm gonna say Mike, because if it wasn't for Mike, it wouldn't have been a Kobe.
I'm riding with Mr. 81 all day. Shout to Mamba. Rest in peace, Lord.
Yeah,
love
man.
you.
Absolutely.
Crypto Center or Madison Square Garden?
I've shot in both. I would say the Madison Square Garden gives me that history feel, if that makes sense. But the Staple is like that. It's just that certain.
Which one you picking?
I'll go with Madison Square Garden.
And the name is Crypto. Is it Crypto? We call it Staples, but we gonna call it the Crypto Center. So game on the line, Bird or Magic?
I'm gonna go with Bird.
Yeah, me too. Last one, 6 man, Lou Will or Jamal Crawford?
I gotta go with Jamal Crawford.
Lemon Pepper Lou, huh? You going Lemon Pepper Lou?
I gotta go with Jamal Crawford, man.
I'm gonna say both of them because they actually
You didn't
made.
tell me we could do that.
All right. You can't.
All right.
You can't. You gotta pick one. You gotta pick.
All right.
But I say this that they made the 6 man award like a desirable award now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they
So
made it
I would
cool.
say they go hand in hand. You know, if Jamal, I feel like didn't really set the tone for it, then Lou wouldn't have. But they're arguably two starters that took a position. When you're a starter and you go to sitting on the bench, man, that is a whole nother transformation. For them to make that award desirable says a lot about them. So
Absolutely.
And those is rapid fire.
Back on Paramount Mountain, where entertainment lives.
It's the theme song from Halo.